The Belize Energy Workers Union has written a letter to Labour Minister Godwin Hulse, and in that letter the President of the union, Marvin Mora, expresses appreciation to Hulse for his attempt to solve the differences between the union members and Belize Electricity Limited. Mora writes, and we quote, "However, we are now of the view that we have come full circle in this diplomatic process with your intervention. It is now clear to us, as it should be to you, that BEL has been outrightly disrespectful to your office and towards your team's contribution in this mediation process. It should be absolutely clear by now to you, as it is to us, that BEL has been nothing but inflexible, while the union has bent backwards more than it should in the interest of moving the process forward." End of quote. Mora continues and states, quote, "We also bring to your attention that the members of the union hold firmly of the belief that we are now way past calling the 21 days notice with intention to strike as required by the law." End of quote. Minister of Labour Godwin Hulse says that the negotiations were going well.
Actually, the union is a bit frustrated, they claim, and unions become frustrated because they think the process is slow. But our ministry and I in particular have been working this process on both sides. We've had almost 10 meetings in the midst of everything else we have to do. We've already spoken with the union and gotten them to temper that mode and to say to them that no, you cannot walk away, and it cannot be that industrial action is the alternative. We've also spoken with BEL, and indeed while I was in the Senate, I got a note from the CEO of BEL, who is leaving the country today, a note which I passed on to my CEO. I can't comment on it yet because I haven't read it in its entirety, but it's to continue the process. You see, if both parties abandon, or one or another party abandon, then under the Essential Services Act, it gives the minister the responsibility and the right, if he determines that mediation has not worked, to appoint a tribunal for arbitration. I have not yet determined that mediation has not worked. In fact, I think it is working. We are making little steps, but we are making steps, and we will not quit, because this is a matter that we can resolve, should resolve, and must resolve. So that's basically where we are.
So the union sent you a long letter, 2 pages. Have they backed off the hard line that they took in that letter?
I can't say they have backed off the hard line. I won't speak yet for that. I have not received any counter letter, and I don't want to prejudice the intents of the executive of the union with their membership who will be seeing this broadcast, but only to say that I have spoken to the executives, I've spoken to the president himself, and I know my CEO has spoken to Mr. Mora, and we are urging, through this medium especially, for the workers to have some patience. We will resolve this matter, man. There's a lot of common ground, and we know that there's a feeling of frustration, but let us say that we want to make sure that this is resolved properly and there's no need for industrial action. I can assure them that on Monday morning we will be again on it, as we have been for the past weeks and over 10 different meetings combined between the two parties.
Sir, in the letter, the union said that BEL was disrespectful to your office. Do you hold the same position? Was it something that you noticed in the negotiations?
That stemmed from a press release that BEL management had put out during the time we were talking with the union, and we have spoken to BEL management on that matter. They assert that because the employees, although members of the union, are also their employees, they have a right to inform their employees. There's a little difference of opinion there, but we'll leave it at that for the time being.
Hulse does not believe that the Belize Energy Workers Union will resort to industrial action.